guys, Lisa here. Thank you for tuning in. So today's video is on this look here, which I guess you could go, this could go night out or daytime makeup. It's not, you know, too over the top, but it's definitely enough drama if you are going out for the night. I got some new products recently, so I wanted to try them out. A couple of the products that I'm going to be using in this video that I've never used before are the MAC Prolongwear Concealer. I saw a lot of girls on YouTube talk about this concealer a lot, and so I figured I need to try this. So this is one product that is brand new to me. Also the NYX Gel Eyeliner. I had always used MAC Fluid Line eyeliners, which are very similar to this. I think most makeup lines have an eyeliner like this. So this is new. I tried this out in this video for the first time. And then yesterday I picked up a palette that I'm so excited about. It's called Nude'tude, and it's by the Balm. Lots of really pretty colors in this. I feel like when I buy a palette, usually I buy a palette where I would say, you know, 75% of the shadows I would wear. But there's always a couple of shadows in a palette that I would never wear or that I don't typically wear. This palette, I can honestly say I would wear every single shade in here. It's beautiful. It has everything you would need for just a simple daytime look, and then it has everything you would need for you know, a dramatic night out makeup. It's got a mixture of textures, which I love too. You know, I love when I can find a palette that has matte shadows and shimmer shadows. This has everything you need. It also comes with a little brush, which I think has fallen somewhere in here. I'll see if I can find it. Honestly, the brush is pretty stiff. It's not something that I would probably use. You could use it for your eyebrows, maybe keep it in your makeup bag and use it on the go. It's a little stiffer. Here it is, a little stiffer than the other brushes I like to use, but it does come in this palette. So I'm really excited about this palette. I love it. So everything that you see on the eyes has this palette in it. So you can even use this for eyeliner. I did use the NYX eyeliner, but I mean, there's a black, really deep chocolate brown, and then a really deep maroon, and they're all matte shades, so they look really great as eyeliner. So love this palette. I would definitely stop out and get this when you can. It's called Nude'tude by the Balm, and I picked this up in Austin. I live in Austin, at Adore Makeup Boutique and Salon. So if you are in Austin, I would definitely hop over there and pick this up. They have a lot of other cool palettes that I would recommend checking out too. So if you want to see how to get this look, just keep watching. Thanks, guys. Okay, so first I'm starting with the new, well, it's not new, but it's new to me, the MAC Prolongwear Concealer. And I know I've talked a lot about concealers in my videos. This is just a concealer that I saw a lot of other YouTube makeup tutorials talk about, and I just had to try it. So my review of this product is I really like it. It is different than the Laura Mercier concealer, which is the one that I have used in my other videos and love. It's not quite as thick as the Laura Mercier. It's more of a liquid consistency versus a thicker cream. So I like the way it goes on. I like the way it sets. It did last all day. I used the shade NC20 just to give myself a little highlight under the eye. But yeah, I do like the product. So next I'm going in with my Beauty Blender and my Studio Fix Fluid. I think I've talked about this foundation in almost every video. Really like this foundation a lot. It gives great coverage. It's a natural matte finish, so it's not going to look super dry on the skin, but it's not super dewy, so it's very wearable throughout the day. Really great coverage. So I'm just putting that on with my finger, and then I'm going to go back in with a Beauty Blender and just kind of blot that in. One thing you may notice is that my foundation is quite a bit darker than my skin on my face. I exfoliate pretty much every day, so my skin on my face is very pale. Now I'm just going to go back in with the Prolongwear and add a little bit more. I actually, probably thinking about this, should have done the foundation first and the concealer second, because I did want to get a pretty nice highlight from that concealer, and I basically just covered that all up with foundation. So now I'm going back in with the concealer just to get that highlight, and I'm using a 252 brush by MAC. Which basically works like a fingertip. I'm kind of just patting it down and then going back with my Beauty Blender. And now I'm just going to set that concealer with MAC Sculpting Powder in Emphasize, which is a great highlight. It looks really white, but it goes on pretty sheer. And I just took a big brush to kind of blend everything out. The brush didn't have any product on it.
And I'm going in with my NARS Laguna bronzer and my Kabuki fan brush. This is something that I do every day. I definitely need that extra contour, especially these days. I'm carrying a little bit more weight than I normally do. So this is my style of bronzer. I just really like to, carve out a good contour in the cheekbones, go around the hairline, and then I go a little on the side of my nose. So now I'm using MAC setting powder, and I believe I'm using NC 35. It's MAC Select Sheer Pressed Powder. So this is a great powder. It's not really heavy, but it does have a little bit of coverage to it, so it's different than like the translucent powders that I've used in the past. This will add a little bit of a color alteration to your foundation, but it's really silky and smooth. I like that. I like it as an option. And now I'm applying my Shadow Insurance eye primer, and I'm using a 217 brush to do that, which is different. I usually use my fingertip, and honestly, fingertip is fine. I just thought I'd do something different this time around. And next I'm taking the Nude'tude palette, and I'm going into my highlight shade, and I am actually mixing two of the colors. I'm mixing the color Sassy, which is a really bright, stark white, and then I'm mixing the color Snobby, which is a really pretty yellow gold. I just want a good balance of both. I don't want it to be stark white, but I don't want it to be as dark as the gold, so I'm mixing the two together. And I'm putting that under my brow with a 217 brush and in the inner corner of my eyes. And next I'm going in with my inner corner color, which I am using the color Standoffish from the Nude'tude palette. It's a really pretty light pink champagne color, like the color of a seashell. It's just very light and pretty and pearlescent. It has shimmer to it, so it's a great highlight color. And then now I'm going in with a color called Sultry, which might be my new favorite color. It's just a matte mid-tone brown, and I just love it. This is going to be a great color for pretty much any skin tone. It'll be a great transition color, so if you're looking for that transition color for the crease, this is a great shade to use. I'm packing it all over the eyelid for this look though. And I like the 213 brush by MAC because it's a good size and good shape, so it works great for small eyes, for big eyes, and it just packs on a lot of product. And then now I'm taking the 224 brush by MAC, and it's a clean brush, I don't have anything on it, and I'm just kind of softly blending that crease so that it's not a harsh line. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and add a little bit more drama. So I'm taking the 219 brush by MAC. It's called the pencil brush, I believe is what it's called, and it looks like the tip of a pencil. It is a great brush for doing a smoky eye. It's a great brush for what I'm doing here, which is basically applying that color exactly where I want it. I'm going to go back and blend it out in a minute, but right now I'm just kind of concentrating that color in the outer corner of my eye. So this brush is great because it's really small and precise. So rather than taking a big blender brush and try and get that color right where I want it and make a big mess of it, I'm just going to apply it with this brush, and then I'm going to go back and soften it with a blending brush. So that's kind of what it looks like. Not really blended. I do it on both eyes before I blend, just so I can kind of compare and make sure that I have them pretty even. And the color that I used for that is called Sexy from the palette. It's like a deep maroon color. And now I'm just using the 224 brush by MAC, and I'm just kind of blending that out so it's nice and pretty and blended. And I've pretty much finished my eyeshadow, but I want to add an extra little pop, so I'm going back in with the color Standoffish, which was the color that I did in the very inner corner, and I'm just popping a little bit of that in the middle of my eyelid. Okay, so here's the new product that I tried. It's the NYX Cream Eyeliner, and I love it. I had always used MAC before, the gel liners from MAC before, and those are great, but honestly for the price, I think NYX is better. It was really rich and dark. So it wasn't like a faded black. It was a really true, intense black, and it lasted really well. I mean, it stayed on all day. So I'll definitely be using this pretty regularly. The brush I'm using is by Bobbi Brown, and I believe it's called the Ultra Fine Eyeliner Brush. It's a really great brush for this type of eyeliner. It's really small and stiff. The bristles stay intact really well. I know some brushes I've bought for eyeliner, I feel like I use a few times and the hair starts to fray. And if the hair isn't really precise, then you're not going to get a really precise line. So I do recommend that brush. And now I'm just going in and filling in my brows. I'm using what I always use, which is Lingering Brow Pencil by MAC. And then I will set the brows with the Brow Set by MAC, which is a gel. Okay, so for my lower lash line, I'm taking that color, the Sultry, which is that matte mid-tone brown that I told you that I loved. And I'm taking the 219 pencil brush again, and I'm just smoking out my lower lash line with that eyeshadow. And then I'm going in with Stila. This is the waterproof eyeliner by Stila, and I'm using the darkest brown that they have. I will list the name of it in the comments below, but I'm just softening it with the 219 brush. And just a little mascara on my bottom lashes. I just had my lashes filled today, so I typically don't put mascara on my lashes anyway, but I definitely didn't need it today. Okay, so for blush, I am using a color, sorry, I dropped half of the blushes there. I am using a color called Peachykeen by MAC, and this might be one of my favorite blushes. I've always talked about the Laura Mercier blush, and I do love that one. This one by MAC is pretty similar, except it has a shimmer to it, so check that out if you haven't already. For lips, I just put a little bit of MAC Deceptive Lipstick on. It's a really nice peachy nude color, and then I'm lining my lips with the NYX Nectar Lip Pencil and finishing it with MAC Lip Glass in Angel. This is probably one of my favorite lip gloss shades. It's a really soft, pretty pink by MAC. And that is it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. Again, I'll list all the products that I used in the comment section below. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and feel free to leave in the comment section any requests that you'd like to see for future videos. Thanks, guys.